What's going on, people? Tony here, and this is Football Fan TV, and we are back again. Now, today is a Saturday. That's when we're dropping the AFCON Special. For those of you who have been following the African Cup of Nations 2024 in Ivory Coast, man, it has been madness. Now, this edition has been so special because it's not like the previous years where the teams have been 16. This AFCON this year, there have been 24 teams from the ordinary 16 teams that you've always known have been playing in the AFCON. Also, another thing, the price has been increased to 7 million US dollars for the winner, man. So this year's edition has been so mad. Now, the 24 teams means it does bring out the fact that there are going to be a lot of upsets, there are going to be a lot of surprises. Big dogs are going to be going home, as you've already seen. They have packed and they have gone home. Lots of good players coming through for the first time. The old players are so shining and all that. Also, Ivory Coast has put very good facilities in this year's AFCON. Now, you've already seen goals, a lot of goals actually in this AFCON. There were no goalless draws until Wednesday. That was when South Africa drew, and then also in the other game there was a draw. That was the first time the draws happened in this AFCON. So also no team has ever come from a 1-0 down and won the game in this AFCON. That is still ongoing in Ivory Coast. So it has been a madman. Now, some facts, coaches have been sacked actually, or others have stepped down because the teams have not performed to the expectations. One, Ghana, Chris Hutton resigned, actually was fired, and you can see all over social media the Ghanaians are not happy. If you saw that picture, or those pictures of a Ghanaian trying to slap the one and only the captain who has played in the eighth AFCON, Dede Ayu, that is the senior Ayu. He was the reason as to why the other team came back. At that time they were winning comfortable, and then when he came onto the pitch, he was trying to see the Ghanaians through to the next round, but then it was just so unfortunate for him. He gave away a penalty, and then also what the keeper did to concede that corner and eventually led to the goal. Tunisia's coach also stepped down. Ivory Coast fired their coach after that, after them knowing that they were not going to qualify, but then eventually the day they qualified was the day they sacked their coach. They cut ties with them. Gambia also, the coach had to step down. Algeria failed to qualify, one of the big dogs that actually did not qualify. Now, for the teams that have qualified in the last 16 draw, we have Angola, Namibia, Nigeria, Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, Egypt, DR Congo. Then we have Cape Verde, that's the team I'm rooting for, of course. And then Mauritania, one of the big surprises. They won their first game in AFCON to qualify. And then Senegal, Ivory Coast as well. Then Mali is also still there. Burkina Faso, my second team, is still there. Morocco and South Africa, of course, those are the teams that are there. Now, the teams that have been eliminated, as I already told you earlier on, Guinea-Bissau, they were eliminated from the group stages. Mozambique, they were also eliminated. And then Gambia also got eliminated. Algeria, one of the big dogs, eliminated. And then Ghana, of course, the Black Stars were also eliminated from this year's tournament as well. So disappointing. Tunisia went out. Not a big surprise, based on the fact that football in their country has not been the way it used to be. And then Tanzania, the only team that represented East Africa, also packed their bags and they came back home. And then finally, Zambia also got eliminated. Now, facts here that happened. Wow, what one interesting thing that happened during the AFCON is that Andre Onana came to the AFCON late. He first played for Manchester United, then he came. Now, in his 8 days' time at Manchester, at Cameroon, he conceded 3 goals, played 1 game, he got 0 saves. And then for the crucial game where they won 3-2, that game that could make them qualify, it was a very crucial game, the coach decided not to play Onana. So I don't know whether that says a lot about Onana and then the national team or what, something like that. So, man, the AFCON has been having a lot of surprises. Now, top scorers so far in the AFCON, we have Emiliano Nsu Lopez. He has 5 goals. By the Emiliano Nsu Lopez plays as a defender for his club, but then for his country plays as a striker. Nice. Only happens in Africa. Football is not scripted in Africa. Then Baghdad Bundeja. He's a very good footballer, by the very good striker, the traditional striker. He's one of them. So he has 3 goals. And then Mustafa Mohamed of Egypt has 3 goals as well. Now, how are you feeling about the AFCON so far? Have you liked whatever has been happening there? Do you like the content or the AFCON special we are giving you today on Football Fan TV? If you like it, make sure you like the content. And then if you also are first time on the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the thing, share, tell someone about the podcast. And then also, we're going to be asking you, who do you think is going to be winning this year's AFCON? Now, the top assist in the AFCON so far, we have Jose Kevin Nkudu of Cameroon. He has 3 assists. And then the best attack so far has 9 goals. That is Guinea. Equatorial Guinea, actually, they have 9 goals. They have scored 9 goals. That's like the best attack. Then the best defense, they've only conceded 1 goal each. We have Senegal, Morocco, Nigeria. Now, there's a Nigerian player who was asked why the attack is not performing or it's not delivering. He said most of the times he spends most of the time during the game in their own half defending, hoping the defenders defend. That's why there are no goals. And then he says if we things were lying, we should check or ask the other players he plays with. Now, goals scored total, we've had 89 goals. Madness. I don't know if there's any AFCON that has been like this. And then also Ivory Coast, of course, another fact is the only team, the only host of the AFCON after 40 years to lose 2 consecutive games. Now, the host down the lane or the memory lane who have been hosting AFCON have not been losing the like 2 games straight. But Ivory Coast broke that record, and then the only thing that helped them is their opening game where they won 2-0, and that game gave them a chance. Now, I have a friend who was asking me how Ivory Coast qualified. Now, in this year's AFCON, there are 24 teams, meaning the 2 teams from each group, the 2 best teams are going to be qualifying automatically, and then other 4 teams are going to be chosen, like the best 3. So Ivory Coast happens to be the best among the best 3rd place teams in this year's edition. Now, if Tanzania had won their last game, they are going to be qualifying instead of Ivory Coast. That is why you saw during the game for Tanzania when it ended goalless, they were happy. And Tanzania had a chance, actually. They had a chance of qualifying as number 3 for the last 16, but then they didn't manage to win their game, and they had to come back, they had to pack and come back home, unfortunately. So that's how Ivory Coast qualified. For those of you who are still wondering how Ivory Coast is still in the competition and they are going to be participating in the last 16 rounds. Now, yellow cards. African football is known for being very hard tackling, a lot of cards in the games and all that. So now, so far in the AFCON, till the group stages were all done, now we've had 100 yellow cards, and then we've had 4 red cards. Yeah, amazing, right? Now, the round of 16, the games are going to be happening starting today on Saturday. On Saturday, we will have Angola against Namibia, and then we shall have Nigeria versus Cameroon, the big game that I'm looking forward to watching today. And hopefully we'll do a watch along for one of these games and see how we can have it here. So also on Sunday, we have Equatorial Guinea versus Guinea. This is also a very good clash that will be happening. Also, we have Egypt versus DR Congo. I see a surprise somewhere, somehow here, but I really don't know. And then on Monday, 29th, we have Cape Verde versus Mauritania. Then Senegal versus Ivory Coast as well. Then finally on Tuesday, 30th of January, we'll have Mali versus Burkina Faso. And then Morocco versus South Africa. So those are the games that are going to be happening in the last 16 of the AFCON 2024, currently taking place in the Ivory Coast. Now, did you like this AFCON special or not? If you did, smash the like button. Tell us what you think. Tell us in the comment section who is going to be winning this competition according to you. Now, according to me, I am backing Cape Verde or Burkina Faso. Those are my teams, so I believe one of them is going to surprise people so much. We've already seen surprises. Surprises have happened. More are still coming. Don't get surprised when the surprises happen. So this has been the AFCON special here on Football Fan TV with me, Tony. Shout out to all of you guys for liking the content always. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to the channel if you're a first timer as well. And then, of course, enjoy the AFCON as it is happening. Lots of surprises coming your way. It's your boy, Tony, and I'm out.